Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Not a very long one, but a very important one, to be honest. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So today we are looking at the YAK-41 again, the 141, because yesterday I actually did a data mine telling how this aircraft was nerfed. But after some testing and just a look on the aircraft itself, it was actually a buff. So yeah, I was kind of sleepy maybe at the time. I didn't realize that they actually increased basically how much the wings are, the elevators are. I don't know exactly if it's the 3D model, what, or aerodynamically it is. I don't know exactly what it changed, but it is producing more lift. It is producing a little bit more power in higher altitudes and in higher speeds as well. And due to the higher lift, it is actually producing a little bit more drag. And with that, I thought it was going to be a nerf, but you will see in a minute that this actually is a buff. So the aircraft is basically the same, but let's get to a test flight without the weaponry. And we're going to use the War Thunder real-time information, 20 minutes, as you see. Or let's just minimal fuel with all the ones with unlimited fuel as well, but 10 minutes of weight, you know. And let's test the aircraft's capabilities with that and compare to the MiG-29 and F-16, and you will be surprised. It's kind of a big deal. I think it's going to change a little bit this aircraft if you are accustomed to actually fly it. So let's take off this baby and let's get some speed, as always. No landing, no. And as you see around the HUD area, we have the War Thunder real-time information overlay program that is telling a lot of information about the aircraft itself. And some of the information that we see over there is, for example, AOA and the turns per degrees per second, right? So the engine power and stuff like that, you will notice that it is going to only be actually buffed on 10 to 12,000 meters, flying basically at 1,400 kilometers per hour or 100 kilometers per hour flying at 12. So it is very high, and it doesn't, show the amount of, you're not going to feel the amount of things that we need here. So I don't know, I feel like I'm using not my proper pilot here. Let me just restart this really quickly. Let me see. No, it is the current pilot. Why is it the guy is just always sleeping? Maybe I need to change for this crew, because it is an ace crew. So why is it sleeping so much? So let's test again, right? Okay, so let's go. Let's do a kind of a weird takeoff like this. What is going on in this aircraft? Okay, so let's get speed again. Let's go to like 800 kilometers, and you will see how much AOA. Keep an eye up there. See the AOA and the turns per degrees per second, as you're going to see. So as you see, 26 degrees, man. It never pulled that before. I mean, it was close to that, but not, it's better than the MiG-29, and you will see. I will test the other aircraft and take a look on the degrees per second as well. It starts at like 40 something, but it then goes to 20, and then you lose a lot of speed turning. That's the drag working a little bit. Obviously, you're pulling a lot more. But look at this, you are maintaining a 24 degrees of AOA very successfully, and just it is so much better now to do raid fights. It is really indeed a very, very dangerous aircraft. And you will see even in higher speeds, you will notice, especially against the F-16, that look the amount of AOA and Gs. 14 Gs, 30 something degrees of turn per second. That's just an amazing turn rate. Look at this, man. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. And we are pulling a lot more than even the MiG-29, which is a very odd thing. I need to do some 1v1s. I plan to do during the weekend or during the week. Sorry about the not doing right now. It's just that a lot of things happening and it is the weekend, so I don't want to spend too much time working, you know. I want to just rest a little bit, but still, look at the amount of turn. Oh my god, it's such a good aircraft, man, right now. It really is. And remember, obviously, you can use the thrust vectoring, but the thing about the thrust vectoring isn't that it actually turns more. As you see, it doesn't actually make you turn more than before. It really doesn't. The thing is that you can control it by flying in a lower airspeed. That's basically it. Once you are really slow, you can do some crazy maneuvers, but it's more that you can control in a lower speed than anything else. So yeah, let's just show one more time and then we're going to test on the MiG-29 and F-16. So as you see, 26 degrees, 25, 20 something with that. If you go faster a little bit, you can do more. Let's test it out with especially the F-16, which is an aircraft that I wanted to test. Let's pick the Block 10. A lot of people say that the Block 10 turned a little bit better. So let's just go. Let me put on here. I mean, we do have an expert only here. I'm not gonna buy anything else. But still, let me check. I have to create one without anything in 10 minutes. Minimum fuel as well. Nothing. Current. Unlimited fuel. So let's test with the F-16 and then the MiG-29 just for you to kind of have a look. Let's take off over here. Of course, as I said, it is a little bit different between the F-16 Block 10 and 15, but it's barely not feelable, so there is that as well. So let's get a little bit of speed. 600 should be the speed that it turns better, but let's try first with 800. So as you see, 15 of AOA at 800 and 32 degrees, pretty good. Obviously, it is pretty good aircraft. So I think in the rate fight, it might still win, as you see. Pretty good, even better. Pulling less AOA. So yeah, the F-16 is a scary aircraft. On a turn, yeah, very good as well. So I think it's going to be comparable. I mean, it will always come down to the pilot. Let's go for 600 and something to see if I can pull a little bit more or less. Let's see. Yeah, the turn is basically the same, between 25 degrees and 30, as you see. The AOA is it's a lot less, almost a third less sometimes. But the degrees per second are still there, so I think you can count as a tie, or the block 10 will be a little bit better. See? Yeah, 32, a little bit better. It's maintaining a lot better the 30 something for a lot longer. So I think yes, the F-16 is still better in a rate fight in this type of condition. But of course, you lower the airspeed, you will lose that as well. The thing is that it might be that the instantaneous turn of the YAK-41, maybe it's a little bit better, not by much, but then it loses speed a lot quicker because of that, and then it loses eventually. But as I said, I want during this week to actually do a video flying out the Yak again, because it is a lot different, it feels a lot lighter. Let's test with the MiG-29 to see as well. And as you see, the F-16 is a very scary aircraft nonetheless. Let's use the... Of course, remember I had to kind of limit the condition there, just because of the expert and not the ace crew that I have on the Yak and on the MiG. But it doesn't change the fact that it is maintaining that kind of turn. So you have to cut the turn a little bit to not pass out, but it doesn't change too much of the test, right? Of course, here we are also flying a little bit higher than before, because we are at 90 meters, as you see already. But it will not change that much. But let's test with the MiG as well at 800. Yeah, I don't know, man. It is close, I think, between the MiG and the Yak. I think the F-16 overall is a bit better on a rate fight. But the MiG-29, it feels a little bit better still. I don't know. It's maintaining kind of the same, but with a lower AOA, which is kind of funny. But it makes sense. The thing is that you lose a lot of speed in the Russian aircraft. So I don't know. It's behaving similarly to, if you want to compare. I mean, look at this turn. I mean, 30 degrees. Yes, the F-16 was 32, and the Yak was kind of maintaining 30 as well. My God, as you see, the instantaneous turn of the MiG is just, oh my God, it became 42 at one point. But I don't know, the MiG feels a little bit heavier than the Yak. That's the funny part. Of course, it compresses under these speeds, and then you turn a lot. So you have to watch out. Let me lower the airspeed a little bit. Yeah, see? I mean, it becomes like 40 something, 48, something like that at some point at the maximum turn. So I don't know, man. The MiG, I think, is still, I don't know. I feel like the YAK-41 is lighter than the MiG. It feels lighter, but at the same time, it probably is turning a little bit less, not by much, but it is turning a little bit less. And the F-16, I think it's turning a little bit more on the continuous rate fight. So it might be that the YAK-41 is a mix between the two, but I don't know. We will only have a proper knowledge of this trying to fly against each other, but even then, the pilot counts a lot on those type of situations. But as you see, no aircraft can pull such a good degrees per second as the MiG-29 initially, and continuously as the F-16 Block 10. So I don't know, I really don't know. It's hard to tell, man. Of course, we can always use the flaps as well, which will help sometimes, depending on the aircraft. As you see, for example, on the MiG-29, you can maintain a good amount of degrees per second with a lower speed to be able to be a little bit more comparable to the F-16. But still at these speeds, I think the F-16 still takes the crown on the rate fight. But it is close. I don't know. It feels a lot closer than I thought it would be. But very, very cool, man. But anyway, this is it, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree that it's changed a little bit. But indeed, the YAK-41 feels a little bit better, guys. As I said, I will be doing some videos during the week, trying to see if I can see a proper difference in a rate fight or something like that, in a dog fight in general, right? But just testing in the flight over here, it already feels a lot better than it was without using the thrust vectoring. But the thing is that the F-16 is such a good aircraft in the continuous turn, and the MiG-29 at a certain speed there, it pulls so much in the instantaneous turn that I really don't know what is better, right? We will need to wait to test in a situation like that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, leave it in the comments if you agree with me or not, that the Yak was improved or buffed. And I see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.